One decision, that's all it takes to change your future. Not a huge mistake, not a terrible accident, just one sentence. You keep telling yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. And one day, you wake up and realize your dreams didn't disappear overnight. They disappeared one tomorrow at a time. Every morning, Ethan stood by the window of his small apartment, watching the city wake up. People hurried to work. Coffee shops filled with customers. The streets came alive with purpose. And every morning, Ethan whispered the same promise. Today is the day. He wanted to write a book, not because he wanted fame, because he believed his words could help people who felt lost, just like he once had. His laptop sat neatly on the desk, brand new, waiting, but instead of opening it, Ethan checked his phone, just for 5 minutes. 5 minutes became 30, then an hour, then another video, another scroll, another distraction. By evening, he looked at the untouched laptop and sighed. I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow arrived, then another, then another. Weeks quietly slipped away. Sticky notes filled the wall with ideas. Chapter 1. Character names. Research. Everything except the writing itself. Whenever guilt appeared, Ethan found another excuse. I'm too tired. I need more inspiration. I'll write when I have enough time. Deep inside, he believed waiting would somehow make him ready. But readiness never came. Life kept moving. His friends got promotions. One launched a business. Another moved into a new home. Ethan celebrated their success, then returned home, feeling strangely empty. Not because they were ahead, but because he knew he hadn't even started. Days turned into months. Dust slowly gathered on the keyboard. The notebook stayed blank. His dream wasn't dying because someone stole it. It was fading because he kept delaying it. Every night, regret became a little heavier. Every morning, motivation became a little weaker. The distance between who he was and who he wanted to become grew larger every single day. One afternoon, Ethan visited his grandfather. The old man lived in a quiet house, surrounded by tall trees. Inside his workshop were hundreds of beautiful wooden carvings. Birds, horses, mountains, tiny details, carved with incredible patience. Ethan smiled. I wish I had your discipline. His grandfather looked at him for a long moment, then handed him a small block of unfinished wood. This was supposed to become my best carving. Ethan examined it. It was rough, half-finished. What happened? The old man smiled sadly. I kept saying I'd finish it tomorrow. Ethan laughed. You procrastinate too? His grandfather slowly nodded. For 22 years, silence filled the room. Then he quietly said, dreams don't disappear because they're impossible. They disappear because we delay them until time quietly takes them away. Those words stayed in Ethan's mind long after he left. A few weeks later, the phone rang. His grandfather had passed away. After the funeral, Ethan returned to the workshop. One last time, everything looked exactly the same. The tools, the chair, the unfinished carving. Nothing had changed, except the man who was supposed to finish it was gone forever. Ethan gently picked up the block of wood. He suddenly realized something terrifying. His grandfather never ran out of talent. He ran out of time. Ethan imagined his own future, his unwritten book, his untouched dreams, his endless tomorrows. He saw an older version of himself, standing in the same room, holding unfinished dreams, with trembling hands. For the first time in years, he wasn't afraid of failing. He was afraid of never trying. That night, he didn't wait for motivation. He didn't organize his desk. He didn't watch another productivity video. He simply opened the laptop. His hands shook. The blinking cursor stared back at him. He wrote one sentence. It wasn't perfect. Neither was the second or the third. But something incredible happened. The page was no longer empty. For months, he had been waiting for confidence before taking action. Now he discovered confidence comes after action, not before it. The next morning, he wrote again. Only 15 minutes. The day after, 20. Some days, he wrote a single paragraph. Other days, an entire chapter. Some mornings, he felt inspired. Many mornings, he didn't. But he wrote anyway. Slowly, the habit became stronger than the excuses. Weeks became months. The blank pages disappeared. His first draft was finally complete. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. Ethan smiled, with tears in his eyes. Not because he had finished a book, but because he had finally become the person he kept promising he'd be. The biggest victory wasn't publishing. It was defeating the voice that always whispered, tomorrow. Months later, his book reached readers around the world. Messages poured in. One reader wrote, "Your words gave me hope when I wanted to quit." Ethan stared at the message for a long time. If he had waited another year, that person might never have read those words. He realized procrastination doesn't only steal your future. Sometimes it steals the help you were meant to give someone else. Years later, Ethan placed his published book beside the unfinished wooden carving from his grandfather's workshop. One dream completed, one dream forever unfinished. He looked at them both. One represented action, the other represented delay. Neither object spoke, yet together, they told the loudest story of his life. Time never announces when it's leaving, quietly walks away, while we're busy saying, "I'll start tomorrow." Every sunrise gives us another chance, but no one knows how many sunrises remain. The perfect moment never arrives. The perfect conditions never appear. Life belongs to those who begin before they feel ready. Procrastination rarely destroys your dreams in a single day. It steals them one small delay at a time. Success isn't built by giant moments of motivation. It's built by choosing action when excuses feel easier. Your future isn't waiting for tomorrow. It's waiting for what you decide to do today. If the story inspired you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another life-changing story. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this today. Remember, small actions today create a better tomorrow.